He'll save the really heavy lifting for when he needs it. He didn't need it there. They're into the final, 311. They've scored again as they did in the heats, 311.44. They have the pattern set. They have the right weights in their mind. Ukraine are into the final. Thailand and Azerbaijan will be facing off to see who joins them. So this is who we have coming up for Thailand. Hat Motnok, Panomket and Kamdam. And it's Mamedov, Dadashova and Mamedov for Azerbaijan.
For the first attempt, representing Thailand, Hat Motnok.
Hat Motnok it is then to get us underway, and she is aiming for 75. And this is worth 67 points. So remember, this is the mark she missed in the heats, which put Thailand into a bit of bother, but they made it through at the expense of Moldova. Oh, she's ready. Hat Motnok looking to put right what went wrong in the heats. And in this semi-final she has done. She's got it. Well, as I say, Thailand would have scored, but for that miss, around 275 points. Beyond that, 277, 278. Azerbaijan scored 298 in the heats. So Thailand are going to have to push up a few kilos here and there. They haven't done it with Hat Motnok. I suppose they couldn't, considering that she had missed out on this previously. But Mamedov, having got 140 in the heats, is going for 146 here. So Azerbaijan are moving it on.
For the first attempt, representing Azerbaijan, Ceyhun Mahmudov.
So Mahmudov going for 118 points here. Scored 113 in the heats. And this would be a lead of slightly over 50 points already. They're going big time into it. Azerbaijan mean business in this semi-final. The 54-kilo champion at this World Cup. Ceyhun Mahmudov. Oh, he's had a few problems there. This could be awkward. It is. He's not got it. And Thailand are in the lead. Makhmudov, well, he just went in too high. He'd won with 152 in his competition, but that's caused them big problems in the press, and it slightly nips down there, and then that's it. It's the end of the lift. Snick back downward again. So, problems for Azerbaijan. Dadashova's coming up now on 75. She has moved on her mark again. 188 is what they would have got without that mark in the heats. And Thailand, having had their own mishap, had 209. Well, this is fascinating.
There's a change. Loaders, please.
Dadashova's going to have to go for this.
Kilos,
and she is increasing her mark from last time, from 68 to 73. And Panamket is going for around 138.
For the second attempt, representing Azerbaijan, Zahra Dadashova.
Dadashova, 7th in the 55-kilo final. The World Junior bronze medalist from 2 years ago, but European bronze last year at the age of 18. And she only turned 19 at the end of March. And she needs this. $71 points at stake here. They would go in front, but Thailand would have a lift in hand. It wasn't meant to be like this, all lifts considered. All being good lifts. Azerbaijan looking to lead 190 to Thailand's 165 at the end of this round, but that's not going to happen. And they need Dadashova to get this at 73. I think she's looked to have done a good job there, but we'll see. Yep, good lift. Dadashova has made that work. She cleared 75 in her final and no more. She had a couple of misses at 80 and she cleared 73 here. So she went very close to her personal mark in her individual final. She got it. Azerbaijan lead by 71 to 67.5. Thailand looking to go back in front again at the end of this second round through Panamket, lifting 138, which he got in the heats for 99 points almost. This would put them on to 165, 166 territory.
For the second attempt, representing Thailand, Putra Tankomet.
So Thailand can take full advantage of this now. Panamket taking silver in the total lift in the 72-kilo final. And once more going for 138. So he's got this before. Went for 125 and 100 in the men's team competition. And he got both of those. He's gone higher in the mixed team. Thailand may well have felt that there was something that they had to keep in reserve from that men's team competition, which, hey, they did fine in that.
1 minute.
Panamket, his third competition of the day, by the way. That's silver in the morning. Competition started at 9:45. It is now 7:10 in the evening. Panamket needs this. He has not got it. Oh my word, that's another miss. Just going to revise the Azerbaijan score, by the way. That was 66.57. Thailand still lead, but they would have been very close to bringing it home had they got that, and they have not done. It's 2-1 against. Thailand lead marginally by just about a point, 67 to 66. Who was expecting that to happen? It'll come down to the final attempts, and they've got the calculators out now. Mammadov at the moment going for 146, which Mahmudov missed earlier. Pavan Mammadov going for 146.
Loaders load the bar to 146, rack height 4.
And this would be worth 124 points. Kamdam scored 111 by lifting 175 in the heats. He's going for 150 here at the moment, which would not be enough. Well, they have to get Mammadov to do this first. Well, there's a lot resting on this. 124 points to send them up to 191. And Azerbaijan need this, or it is all over for them, having had their miss earlier. Slightly higher than what Mammadov lifted in the heats. And in this semi-final, he gets a good lift, 2-1. That may well have done it for them.
Loaders load the bar to 150, rack height 13.
I make it 191.22. And now Thailand have to reconsider. Oh, there's a smile of satisfaction, if ever there was one. Kamdam was lucky at 150, but well, he can't go for that now, surely.
Representing Thailand, Chinapop Kamdam.
Kamdam lifted 175 in his individual final. He is going for 150 though. Going to be worth 95 points. And if they'd taken all their lifts, including this, then Thailand would be looking at victory. Azerbaijan dropped a lot of points with their miss, but Thailand have not been able to gain the ones back that they have dropped. Kamdam at 150 for 95 points to round off the competition. They'll finish with 162. Azerbaijan will have won by 6 or 7 points. I mean, Kamdam last time went for 175, so 111 would have put them on 178. Wouldn't have been enough. 163 points they finish on in the end. Azerbaijan with 191. So it's Azerbaijan against Ukraine in the final. And the big climax of the competition is on the way.
Next team event, bronze medal, will begin in 10 minutes. The teams competing in the next team event, bronze match. Representing Thailand, Thai Footnote, Pauchat Bankomet, Chinapo Countdown. Representing Kazakhstan, Aizan Bilmaklova, Yerbolat Karabay, Jakislik Barpusha. These are the teams competing in the mixed team event bronze match. The teams competing in the mixed team event gold match.
The teams for the final: Azerbaijan against Ukraine. Pavan Mamedov, Jehun Mahmudov, Zara Darasheva.
Ukraine.
Trio for Azerbaijan. For Ukraine, Anton Kryakov, Kostiantin Panashuk, and Natalia Olinik.
Natalia Olinik. Representing Azerbaijan, Pavan Mamedov, Jehun Mahmudov, Zahra Dadashova. And these are the teams competing in the mixed team event gold match.
So that comes up later after the bronze medal contest, which will be on shortly between Thailand and Kazakhstan. And these are the lineups for it: Paramkulova, Karabai, Bakoja for Kazakhstan, Motnok, Panoket and Kamdam for Thailand.
technical officials for the session are
and the referees for the medal matches
the chief referee
will be Ilyana Araka of Greece, Mahmoud El Shabeni of Egypt, and Hadis Shakoui of Iran. And the technical controller, the medal matches, Chiara Civrelli of Italy. So we're all set. Kazakhstan against Thailand, first of all, to decide the bronze medal.
Spotter loaders, please take your position on the field of play.
All set.
Please preload the bar to 70
High quality final set for Azerbaijan against Ukraine. Thailand very close to turning over Azerbaijan. If only they'd got all their lifts in. Unfortunate, but they didn't. I kind of feel Kamdam, having worked out the calculations, was going to need something way in excess of his lifetime best in order to get the win over Azerbaijan, and they felt it was better just to concentrate then on the bronze medal match. And that's what they're going to do now. 10 hours since the action began on this final day in Tbilisi.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. For the first attempt, representing Thailand, Hatmutnok.
Hatmutnok first for Thailand. She's going for 70 after lifting 75 in the semi-finals, but not in the heat. This will be worth 63 points. Her semi-final lift was worth 67. She's had a long competition. So Mott not going for 63 points here to give Thailand an early advantage. Here she comes. Well, so successful on an Asian basis. She's gone down 5 kilos in this bronze medal match in order to give her something a bit more liftable than the 75. And we're going to go to the flags to see if she's got it. She feels good. She feels happy about it. She's got every reason to be. She's got her first lift in. And Thailand are in front. Now, I should point out, had they got all their lifts in the semi-final, Thailand would have been on 261 points. Kazakhstan lifted 252 in the semis. they're probably going to have to
Loaders,
look to raise their scores a bit, and that's what they're doing. Berenkulova's added 2 onto the bar compared to what she did in the semi-final, and she's added 2 on in that compared to the heat, so it's 4 more than her heat. 72 she's going for then.
Representing Kazakhstan, Ayzan Berenkulova.
Berenkulova lifted 72 as a middle attempt, finishing on 74 in winning silver in the women's 50-kilo final. European Open bronze last year in a major championship debut. Ruslan Graev, coach on stage with it. So it's a big one. It's an important one. This is worth 68 points. 68 in all the ones. 68.111. Thailand on 63. So Berenkulova for a slight lead of 5 points for Kazakhstan. They'll hang around on stage to see.
Good.
And 3 white flags is more than good enough, and Kazakhstan are in front, 68-63. Berenkulova has delivered, Motnok has delivered for Thailand. Now it's up to the men to see where the bronze medal is going. This is going to be a very tight one.
Loaders load the bar to 115, rack height 3.
And it will be Kazakhstan who will go first in this second round, a lift of 115 for Yabulat Karabai, which is 5 more than in the semi-final. So they know they have to move it up. This is going to be worth 100 points.
Representing Kazakhstan, Yabulat Karabai.
Put them onto 168. Karabai, the 4th placer in the 49-kilo final. But he too had success outside of his own continent, the America's Open Championship in St. Louis in July, the silver medal in that, World Junior Bronze in 2019, that Guadalajara success last year. Karabai for 100 points. Ooh. Was that enough? Yes, it was. 2-1 in his favor. Well, he just squeaked that. And he knows it.
Loaders load the bar to 130, rack height 13.
He did enough. Hanoket next to go. 130 this is for. Lifted 138 in the semi-final.
Representing Thailand.
And in the heats as well. This is worth 92 points. They'd go on to 155 if successful. Kazakhstan are on 169.07. So they'll be relying a lot from Kamdam in his last lift. Kamdam has gone up to 175 today, which is worth 111 points. Bajokka's got 89 in the semi-final in terms of points. This is going to be interesting. But they need to get the lifts in. They have to be sure of the points. There's no point going very, very high in the chase for a tremendous amount of points if the lift doesn't come in. It's been a long day for him. It is his third competition of the day. He's been competing since early this morning, but he has got that. It is a good lift. So they do move on to 155. They're 14 points behind Kazakhstan, but in search of a big lift right at the end in order to get the bronze, and it may come. Bakusha is going to go for 140. And that'll be worth 93 points almost. .261 would be their target. Kamdam is going for 160. And that'll be worth 102 points.
For the third attempt, representing Kazakhstan.
That would put them up to 150, 257. I don't think that would be enough. Kamdam's going to have to go up to 175. Kazakhstan have boosted all of their attempts compared to the semi-final. Kazakhstan scored 252 in that semi. They're heading for 261 here. Thailand would have scored 262 in the semi-finals had they got all their lifts in, and they've scaled their aspirations down a bit. Motnok has, Panamket has, Kamdam has gone up, but not matching the heights from a successful lift in the heats. They're going to have to think about reviewing that. But first, Kazakhstan, 140. And Bajokka. .135 he lifted in the heats and in the semi-finals. And this is worth 92.7. Well, they'll be around 262, just under it. But he has to get the lift first. This is it. They're in front going into this final round, and they stay in front. And with a good lift, 2-1, Bajokka has made it work, and they go up to 261.77.
For the third attempt, representing
160
Thailand,
on the bar for Kamdam.
Kamdam.
This is worth 102. He's had a long day as well. He's been involved in the men's competition. Lifted 140 twice in that. 175 in the heats. Right at the end to get them through. That may not have been the original plan. 150 in the semi-final. This is 160. 7 points more than in the semi. He's had a busy old time of it. A lot more competitive lifting than usual, but it's worked for him. Kamdam gets it raised. So they need to beat 261.77, and they have 257. They miss out by 4.
The next team event, bronze match.
Kazakhstan have won the bronze medals. Kamdam put a lot of effort into it. $167, I think, would have made it. He went for 160. And Kazakhstan win by 4 points. Kazakhstan take the bronze.
Loaders load the bar to 140 kilos, rack high 3.
So now the gold medal match, Ukraine against Azerbaijan. Mahmudov, Darashova, Mamedov for Azerbaijan, Panishuk, Olinik and Kryakov for Ukraine, both going with the female lifter in the middle.
For the first attempt, representing Ukraine, Kostiantin Panusek.
Keeping the pattern from the semi-finals that paid dividends for them so well. Remember, Azerbaijan did miss a lift in their semi-final. Had they got them all, they would have ended up in 309. Ukraine got 311. Ukraine starting with Panasiuk at 140. Worth 108.4. Just as he lifted in the semi-final.
One minute.
He's had a full campaign as well. He may not look the most satisfied, but he's got the lift.
Good
This could be very, very tight. But Azerbaijan are going to have to pull out all the stops to get the win here. And they're going to need to add on a few kilos from that semi-final. If Ukraine are not going to miss a lift, and they haven't yet, then Azerbaijan are going to have to outscore them.
For the first attempt, representing Azerbaijan, Ceyhun Mahmudov.
Mahmudov coming in at 142, which is actually slightly under his miss. That would have earned him 118 points in the semi-final. This is worth 114.88. And it would be the lead. Got 140 in the heats. Missed 146 in the semi-final. Going for 142 here. Mahmudov cleared 152 in his individual final, but that was his third lift. 142, 147, 152. He got them all. 142 here. And we're going to go to the flags to see if he has got it. He has. 3 white flags. And Azerbaijan are in front, 114 to 108. That's a good start for them. But Olenik to come for Ukraine, who is in magnificent form. Mahmudov getting his lift absolutely right. And he needed to. Against this opposition, he absolutely needed to. Olenik going to go for 120. And Dadashova for 77. So this is 4 on top of what she did earlier, Dadashova. And it's worth 70 points. Olenik going for 120, which is up on what she did last time as well, so they're both having to push it.
For the second attempt, representing Azerbaijan, Zahra Dadashova.
So Dadashova for 70 points. And you consider she finished down the field in the women's 55 kilo final. She's been really important to them. Azerbaijan scored 298 in the heats. As I say, would have scored 309 had they got all the marks in the semi-final. Ukraine scored 311 in the semi-final. They've got to make sure they get the lifts in. No point aiming too high. Can all come tumbling down then, and generally it does. So, big one for Dadashova. In for 77. Gotta get it. Gotta get it. Got it raised.
No.
And she has not got it. It's no lift. And that leaves a big hole in Azerbaijan's plans. She misses out. And Ukraine can take quite a few kilos off their bar now if they wish, as they will have a massive advantage, because basically they've got 2 of the best lifters in Europe wrapping up their competition.
For the second attempt,
Olenik with the new European record. And she has lifted this mark of 120 time and again today. 143 her record yesterday. This is worth 95 points. It would put Ukraine onto 203 compared to Azerbaijan's 114. So Olenik, this is 23 kilos below yesterday's European record. 120 for a big lead for Ukraine. And if she gets it, Kryakov would not have to break too much sweat with his last attempt. And she has got it! 3 white lights, and Ukraine are on the way to winning this mixed team final. They are well clear with successful lifts, 203. It would be 184 for Azerbaijan. And then they'd be relying on Mamedov to pull off something massive. Ukraine would obviously be doing the same with Kryakov. But that particular shootout is, I imagine, pretty much done now. Mamedov's going to go for 150. Well, he's going for it. He's got to go for it. Kryakov doesn't need to now. But he's going to go big, Mamedov. Kryakov, remember, he can go up to 240. He was 190 in the semi-final. 200 would be sufficient. 154 for Mamedov. They've recalculated. It's going to have to be a biggie. Be worth 144 points.
Loaders load the bar to 154 kilos, rack height 4.
And Kryakov again is going for 190.
Azerbaijan.
For 111.
Mamedov.
So Mamedov, who lifted 146 in his semi-final, 144 in the heats. This is worth 144 points, so we'll put them on to 259. With all of their lifts successful, it would have been 329. Ukraine are looking to finish on a final tally of 315. But Kryakov can go a lot higher if necessary. I think 210 would have probably been enough. Try and calculate that out for you in the next few moments, what Kryakov would have needed. Anyway. Mamedov has to get this to keep the final alive. And that's a real strain for him, I have to say. He lifted 148 in his final. This is 154. It's whopping. It is too much. And it is Ukraine's gold with one lift to spare. 203 they have. Kryakov can lift whatever he wants. Azerbaijan have missed 2 of their lifts in this final, and that is unfortunate for them. But Mamedov went very high, 154, way beyond what he lifted in his individual final in the heats, and in the semi-finals he went quite close to his final mark, his individual mark. Ukraine have won it. Going to go for 190. It is academic now who would have done what.
For the 3rd attempt, representing Ukraine, Anton Kryakov.
This is worth 111 points. He'd have needed 217 to get the win. Had Azerbaijan got their 3 lifts in, they only got 1 of them in. And he started at 220, if I remember, in his final, so very achievable. Just to wrap it up. Azerbaijan tried to push Ukraine all the way, but they just couldn't make it happen. Ukraine have certainly done so. They've shown their dominance. Azerbaijan flew too close to the sun. And Ukraine are beaming. They haven't dropped a lift all competition. And they are the mixed team champions. 315 points they score.
This now concludes the mixed team event gold medal.
Azerbaijan finishing on 114. and Ukraine win by just
Thank you
over
very much for your
200
attention, and
points.
please remain seated for the victory ceremony, which will follow shortly.
Magnificently achieved by them, and they have been the team of the competition. That is a big margin, and Azerbaijan, as I say, had they got all their scores in, would be looking at about 330, which meant it took the pressure off Kryakov. Kryakov would have needed to add 27 onto that bar to get it for 217, and 220, 225, 230 he lifted in his own individual final. Ukraine get the victory. They've been very good in this team competition. They have mastered it. And they'll be the team to beat in the World Championships later this year in Dubai. They can only think about what might have been, but Darashova and Mamedov went for higher targets. Mamedov at the start actually went for 4 kilos lower than what he had done in the semi-final. He must have felt it was all that was possible for him. Victory ceremony will be on the way for this mixed team competition.
the victory ceremony for the mixed team event. Please welcome the medalists.
So the victory ceremony then for this mixed team event. Handful of missed lifts throughout the competition, but it made quite a difference. Very tight in the bronze medal match. Kazakhstan edging out Thailand by 4 points. Azerbaijan trying to outscore Ukraine. It was the only thing they could do. And Azerbaijan can now only think about ifs and buts.
Presented by the Vice President of the Georgian NPC, Georgi Orkibelashvili. Bronze medalist representing Kazakhstan.
Presenting the medals, the Vice President of the Georgian Paralympic Committee, Georgi Orkibelashvili. Kazakhstan get the bronze medals. Ayjan Berim Kulova, Yabara Karabay, Jacques Schlick, Bakoja. They got all their marks in the bronze medal match. They outscored Thailand by 4 points in the end. And we're in a situation where a couple of extra kilos here or there in that bronze medal match, and they may have made it. Of course, that sort of thing only works on paper. The reality may be a different situation. Medals for the coaches as well, of course, including Ruslan Grev, who's getting his now. They have had a very, very good competition.
Representing Azerbaijan.
Well, it is hard luck in Azerbaijan. Now, they got through their semi-final despite missing one of their lifts. But Thailand had missed one of theirs as well. And they really had to push it in this final. Pavel Mamedov, Zara Darashova and Jehun Makhmudov. The three performing for the Makhmudov was the one who got his mark in. Darashova and Mamedov increased majorly their attempts from earlier rounds. Missed their lifts because they had gone marginally too high on those specific occasions, and they just couldn't reel Ukraine in. It would have been interesting. As I say, they'd have got 330 points or thereabouts if they managed to get all of their lifts.
Representing Ukraine.
It's Ukraine who have proven just too good. Anton Kryakov, Natalia Olinik and Kostiantin Panasiuk. Kryakov and Olinik striking gold here this week, and Panasiuk the bronze.
Anton Kryakov.
Kryakov silver in the up to 107 kilo final. But gold in the total lift. Only needed to lift 190 in each of his contests here. He could have added 30 onto it, I think. Ukraine get the gold, and here's their anthem. Very full, busy 3 days of this Tbilisi World Cup. And Ukraine finish it as the best mixed team, 315.4. Their highest score of the competition. Azerbaijan missed out those 2 lifts in the final, hence 114 for them, and Kazakhstan beating Thailand in the bronze medal match. Moldova finishing in 5th place. That's it from Tbilisi then for this week. The next World Cup event, Veracruz in Mexico at the end of next month, 23rd to 25th of June. There will be coverage of that. 10 days of the World Championships beginning on the 22nd of August. Para Pan Ams in Santiago in November, the Asian Para Games as well. The African Games coming up too. It is a full diary this year.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for joining us in Georgia.
2023 World Cup.
Until
We
next
hope to
time,
see you
goodbye.
again. Thank you so much and good night.